Good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be reading different versions of the Goldilocks and the Three Bears story. Now, before I begin reading the books, I'm going to read the questions that I have for you to answer afterwards. In these stories, I want to know who are the characters, who's the characters in this book, and then write who are the characters in this book. Who is the visitor in the story, and why are they there? So who's visiting here and who's visiting in here? Two different answers. And then whose perspective is the story told from? So who are we mostly hearing the story about? And then are these stories told from the same point in time? So if they are not told from the same point in time, which one of these stories would have happened first? Goldi Rocks and the Three Bears, or Goldilocks and Just One Bear? Okay, those are the questions I want you to be really thinking about while you listen. And then, like I suggested yesterday, feel free to pause it after the first story so that you can answer the questions for the first story. That way you can really be thinking about it for the second story. Okay, we're going to do Goldi Rocks and the Three Bears first. This story is by Corey Ronson Schwartz and Beth Fulton. Once upon a rock and roll time, three bears in a band jammed with ease. Papa Bear drummed, Mama Bear strummed, and Baby Bear tickled the keys. But the band didn't have any fans yet, and Papa Bear figured out why. Though we all love to croon and can carry a tune, we can't hit the notes way up high. So they set out to find a soprano. Soon after they left, a girl knocked. Is that porridge I smell? Gee, that would be swell. She checked, and the house was unlocked. A studio! Great balls of fire! Amazed, Goldie raced through the door. She forgot about food and was now in the mood to hurry on in and explore. The mama bear's mic hit her elbow, and Papa's reached the top of her head. But Baby's was hiked to just where she liked. I'll give it a whirl, Goldie said. She grabbed it and started performing. Do-we-op dum diddly doo. She was singing quite well till she stumbled and fell, and the microphone stand broke in two. So Goldie said, I'll try the headphones. But Mama Bear's hair was too tight, and the Papa's were too loose. Gee, these are no use. But Baby Bear's fit her just right. That tune was so catchy, thought Goldie. I'd love to be part of their band. The guitar was too twangy, the cymbals too clangy, the piano was perfectly grand. Exhausted from moving and grooving, he needed to catch a few Z's. This day's been a doozy. I'm feeling quite snoozy. She dozed off on Baby Bear's keys. In the meantime, the bears had held tryouts, but no one had blown them away. The hare was too twitchy, the pigs too pitchy, and Red was just simply okay. The family returned to their cottage, distressed from their lack of success. When they saw the inside, the mama bear cried, "Egads, what a terrible mess!" "Someone's been using my mic stand. Someone's been using mine too." Then Baby Bear spoke. "Oh no, my stand broke." He started to sniffle. Hoo-hoo. Then Mama Bear looked at her headphones. "Oh, someone's tried my pair on." "Mine too," Papa growled, and the parents both scowled as Baby Bear cried, "Mine are gone." Poor Baby Bear. Then Papa said, "Who played my drum set?" And Mama said, "Who plucked my strings?" "Well, who's in my chair?" asked the littlest bear. "She's drooling all over my things." They stared at the slumbering blonde girl, and Papa asked, "Who could she be?" He disrupted her dream. She awoke with a scream. The pitch was the perfect high C. The bears asked to hear a whole medley once Goldie recovered from shock. "Amazing," said Mom. Pop grinned, "You're the bomb." And Baby cried, "Goldie can rock." Together they wrote a new ditty. They practiced it into the night, and soon their new jingle became a hit single. Too hot, too cold, or just right. Their albums now top all the rock charts. A countrywide tour has been planned. The fans scream and shout they're crazy about Goldie Rocks and the Great Three Bear Band. Okay, that's the end of that story. Feel free to pause the video here and fill out your answers for it. Our next story is Goldilocks and Just One Bear. Hmm. This book is written by Leigh Hodgkinson. Once upon a time, there was this bear. One minute he was strolling in the woods, all happy go lucky. The next minute, he didn't have a crumb of a clue where he was. He was completely lost bear. The signs say, wrong way, this way actually. Does it look like he's in an urban environment or a rural environment? Yeah, he's definitely in an urban environment here. That's a city. The bear didn't much like this place. Too many bright lights and not enough twigs. Too much loud honking and beeping and not nearly enough owl hooting. The bear was also a teeny bit scared, and his furry legs were slightly wobbly. "Maybe the thing to do," said the bear, looking around, "is to pop into Snooty Towers and get away from this terrible racket." But the revolving door at Snooty Towers made the bear dizzy, and being dizzy with wobbly legs was bad news. What the bear needed was a little rest. A little rest somewhere would definitely make things right. So he stumbles into the elevator. The bear peeped through a door and thought how very pleasant it was up here. Not nasty and noisy like down there, said the bear. Just a place for a little rest. All that whooshy traveling was certainly a hungry business, so before his little rest, the little porridge seemed like a good idea. This porridge is too soggy. This porridge is too crunchy. That's the cat. This porridge is a bit on the dry side, but it's better than nothing. Now the bear was ready for his little rest. This chair is too ouchy. This chair is too noisy. This chair is just right. Poor. A little rest is nice, but what the bear needed to really feel like himself again was a good old fashioned nap on a comfy bed. This bed is too frothy. This bed is too pink. This bed is just right. And soon he nodded off. The bear dreamed of crunching through the leaves. The bear dreamed of puttering around in his slippers. The bear dreamed of a voice shouting very, very loudly. Do you think that that was just in his dream? Somebody has been eating from my fishbowl, said Daddy Person. Somebody has been eating my dear little pumpkin skinny nibbles, said the Mommy Person. And somebody has been eating my toast, said the little person. They've eaten it all up. Unfortunately, the bear was not dreaming at all. He was wide awake and back in real life again. Somebody has squashed my cactus, said Daddy Person. Somebody has upset my dear pumpkin, said Mommy Person. And somebody has my beanbag chair, said Little Person. Somebody has been sleeping in my bath, said Daddy Person. Somebody has been sleeping in my bed, said Mommy Person. I think that somebody is sleeping in my bed right now. The bear peeked from under the covers to see a daddy person, a mommy person, and a little person standing right there. The bear thought that the mommy person looked ever so familiar, and the mommy person thought that the gobbling other people's breakfast, breaking other people's stuff, and snoozing in other people's beds seemed ever so slightly familiar too. And it was. Baby bear? Said mommy person. Goldilocks? Said the bear. They hadn't seen each other in ages. Porridge? Asked Goldilocks. The bear nodded. Goldilocks cooked up a big bowl and plunked it in front of him. It was not too hot, not too cold. It was just right. It made the bear almost forget about that once upon a time when Goldilocks had behaved so badly. This bear would never dream of doing anything like that. And although it had been a good to see Goldilocks living so happily ever after with those charming people, the bear decided it was time to go back home to the woods. Hey, that's both stories today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for listening.